Yes, that is what we have been waiting for such a long time. Leeds United have come out of the match against Oxford United in what could have been a little bit of a minefield leading into the Christmas period with a 4-0 win at Elland Road. Absolutely spectacular, and to be honest, it's very, very hard to see anything that went wrong in this match. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to run through basically everything about this game of football, what I thought about it, and a little bit of a sort of deep dive review to see what went well, the very few things that didn't go well, and give a man of the match out. So first up, we need to talk about our defensive work, because defensively we were absolutely fantastic again. We conceded, I think, basically one real chance that was fired wide by one of their forwards. Genuinely awful chance. If I remember right, I'll just double check it. Yeah, the XG, more than 0.5. Should be scoring it more times than you don't, and he didn't even put the ball on target. So genuinely, maybe got away with one there, but throughout the entire rest of the match, they had, let's have a quick look, 2 shots in the box. Nothing on target. Ilham Melier could have not been there today and would have been completely fine. Not even like the passing out from the back. We barely needed him. It was genuinely a fantastic match. Having Ethan Ampadu at centre-back is sort of a cheat code, I think, because it also contributes to the next point that I've got down here, which is midfield control. What we do a hell of a lot as Leeds United is hold the ball between our midfielders, and then we'll recycle it a bit and we'll find a chance by sort of poking and prodding and probing around their box. And that's quite hard to do when you don't necessarily have a lot of midfielders. And a lot of people have been suggesting, well, why don't Leeds go to 3 in midfield? We kind of did in possession in this match. Because a lot of the time Ampadu would go, okay, I'll go for a walk then. And you'd see one of the other midfielders dropping in to make up for it, and you would have this sort of weird, flexible ability to just sort of have a third choice of midfielder that was already on the pitch. You could substitute your midfielders whilst you were in game without having to do anything. And that feels like that's kind of cheating. The amount of the ball we had, I think, was obscene. I've just got to double check. 69% possession. Hey, nice. And having that much of the ball means that we were able to produce 23 shots in total. 606 passes. They weren't able to do anything, and somehow we still had more tackles than they did, in spite of the fact that they barely had the ball. Genuinely fantastic stuff, and the amount of control we have in midfield is the foundation for what we do across the rest of the pitch. And interestingly, I felt like one thing that we could have done a little bit better in this match was relating to the first half tempo. I was chatting with Jer on his watch along over on Big Up. I suggest you hop over there. It's a really, really sort of interesting new platform thing about what happened in the first half. I popped on at half time, had a little bit of a chat with him, and the general gist that we got was it's a Leeds match. We're in control, and it's a little bit slow at the moment, but that's sort of what we do. Control games, play it slow, and it's completely fine. But for some reason, something changed in the second half. And it felt like Daniel Farke wanted to, going into the second half, send a little bit of a message. Because he's shown in the first half, look, we can do the thing that we've been doing all season long. We can just control the match. You guys can't really do anything about it because we've just decided we have the ball. And you are completely screwed because you're not going to get it off us. But in the second half, it's like he went, you know what we'll do? I think we'll just demolish these. And it seems like he said to his attackers, okay, go out, have fun. It's Christmas. And we were able to really see what this Leeds United side is able to do when we turn the taps on. When we say, cool, just go for it, go ham. So having a quick look, we were able to score 4 times, 4 different scorers. I'm not completely sure on assisters just because SofaScore doesn't have that. But I know Solomon got one. I know Aronson got one. I don't have a single complaint about what happened in that second half. Admittedly, you've got the thing of, well, what if you get a potential issue of Leeds could potentially lead to injuries if you always take the to do that. That is a rare treat, and that is a sort of message to other sides that potentially might be hovering around the bottom of the league to say, it doesn't matter what you do. Oxford were playing in a low block, and there's word going around that Leeds are bad against a low block. This is what we can do against a low block when we want to. And it's genuinely fantastic to see, and it's not just the first team either. It's not just a case of, well, we've got James and we've got Solomon, we've got Aronson, we've got Piru, and behind that, We got Sam Chambers, I guess. No, our attacking options are genuinely insane. Off the bench, let's have a quick look at our lineup. We brought on Willy Nonto, Italian international, Laji Ramazani, who was playing in La Liga last year and I think scored at Camp Nou or the Bernabeu, one of the two. Mateo Joseph, who is Spain's most promising under-21s striker. Isaac Schmidt, who scored in the Europa Conference League the day before we signed him, and Josh Giavogi, a French international, former French international. I'm being quite kind with international there. But our options are insane. And the rest of the bench is, well, outfielders. Pascal Struijk, one of the best centre-backs in the division. Sam Chambers, yeah, we've not seen much of him. And Pat Bamford, who, when he is fit and available, is decent. Our ability to change things up is something that any defensive side is going to be furious about, because if you're a Derby defender in the match and you're like, Jesus, well, we're 4-0 down. Oh, good, Laji Ramazani. It's not a good position to be in, and that's the sort of pressure that we can put on teams and the sort of message, again, that we were trying to send that says, we're being very serious this season. Because last season, it would be a case of, I guess we chucked Jaden Anthony on. Not quite the same. And this is why I'm very, very excited after this match. I do have one minor concern, I have to admit, which is Joel Piroe, who, as much as he keeps scoring goals, didn't in this match, but fairly unfortunate. The concern around Piroe is that he's still not a number 9. There were time and time and time again in that first half where James would ping a ball across the box thinking there's someone there, but Piroe is doing the more of a number 10 hybrid thing of being a little bit deeper and doesn't get on the end of chances. And I think we sort of need to work that into him, or try the other forwards in the 9 for that to work. The one goal that we scored that I would say is a number 9's finish was Dan James's. Maybe Aronson's as well. Neither of those are playing in the 9, which is baffling to me. But talking about those players, we need to work out a man of the match, and I'll be honest, it's really difficult to do so. James had a fantastic match, yet again, proving to be one of the best players in the Championship. Brendan Aronson, goal and an assist. Not a single complaint, but I think I'm going to lean Manor Solomon. I think this is the match that will have shut all of the doubters up. 2 assists, scored a goal, beat his man time and time and time and time and time again. Bullied their right back, who was taken off. Let's have a quick look. Are you not going to tell me? I don't think it's going to tell me, which is kind of a shame. It's not going to tell me. Damn it. No, it is. 78 minutes. To give him a rest from the psychological torture of playing against Manor Solomon. So I'd lean towards him for my man of the match. But as always, I kind of want to know what you guys think. But ultimately, we need to ask, are we happy? Going into Christmas, let's have a look at where we are in the table, actually. Just to make sure I'm 100% certain. Because I know we're second, but I want to see on points and stuff. 22 matches down, 45 points. I've not got a problem with that. That is very, very good. Win our next match, which is Stoke away from home, Boxing Day, I know. But if we're able to replicate the first half of the season again in the second half of the season, if we beat Stoke, a lot of people have complained about the first half of the season, by the way, but that'll be on track for 96 points, which I don't think anyone can complain about. I'm very happy with where we are at the moment. If we're able to keep it up, fantastic. If we're not, other teams are going to fall off as well. We just got to hope that we don't fall off harder. And I'm very, very confident after that match that we've A, proven that we can properly dismantle teams, and B, I feel like promotion's coming. Very optimistic. Either way, that's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like the video as well if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not yet. You could even become a channel member. See videos like this one a little bit early. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. I will see you later. Toodaloo. He scored.